We're going to do the entire canoe rental graph problem over here at Desmos. You can see I have a bunch of slots open for where to put stuff and to discuss it. So here we go. Recall that I of X is the income the canoe rental business will make when they make X 50-cent increases. So just for context, this means when X equals 2, they raise the price by 50 cents twice. So that means they would have raised the price by $1. If X equals minus 3, now that's possible because that just means they're lowering the price 3 times by 50 cents. So they'd be lowering the price by $1.50. So X can be negative, X can be positive. X equals 0 means they don't raise the price, they don't lower the price. And at the moment, they're in the policy of charging $12 canoe. Now, I say here's the graph, I've got the graph, I don't see anything. What I want to do is start zooming out until I see something, and then we'll try to fix the graph. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm starting to see some graph. Hey, there's the top. And what I'm going to do is go over to the wrench, way over to the right over here, and start selecting more reasonable X values and Y values. So X values first. Hold on, let's do this. X value, let's see here, that's, I don't know, minus 50. Let's try minus 50 for the first X value to see what happens there. First X value, minus 50. That's pretty good. Second X value, even 50 would be better than what I have right now. You might think that's actually a reasonable graph, but remember, this is the income. They can't make negative income. It's impossible. You might think, gee, they can make negative profit, but they can't make negative income. So what I'm going to try to do is only include that part of the graph where the Y values, the income values, are positive. So how about if we only go back, let's see here, 22, 24. How about if we only go back to like negative 26 and only go forward to 20? So we'll do that. Negative 26. There, that's better. And we'll do over to 20. And we can't make negative income. So how about if we only include Y values that are just barely negative, so we just have a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to just say something like minus 5. Let's see if that does anything for us. No, I can't quite see enough. There we go. I like that a whole lot better. So right there, you can see a very, very nice graph. It says intercepts. What I'm going to do is try to read off the intercepts first, and then we'll check it. It looks like the intercepts are negative 24 way over here, and maybe 18 over here. So I'm going to say they look like X equals negative 24 and X equals, it looks like 18. Now how would I check that? By setting each factor of I of X equals 0, and sure enough we get negative 24 and 18. So those are the right intercepts. That's exactly right. Now what does that mean? Well, the X-intercepts on this graph correspond to when we're getting 0 income. So when X equals 18, that means if they raise the price 18 times at 50 cents a crack, so by $9, they'll make no income. Now what that means is if they raise it to $21, no one's going to rent a canoe from them. If they lower the price, well, 24 times, right? 24, that's by $12. Well, that one makes more sense actually because they're only charging now. They'll make no income. So that's at least the meaning of the intercepts. Domain of the function in context. Well, remember, domain is anywhere you can draw a horizontal line and hit a vertical line and hit the graph. Now this parabola goes on forever, so if I'm just worried about the domain of the formula, it would be all real numbers. But in context, we know that we can't go to the left of negative 24 and to the right of 18. So what we want here is to say something like minus 24 is less than or equal to X is less than or equal to 18, because outside of that range, outside of that interval, we will make no money. No income. Forget about money. That's it. Actually, we've already explained this. Let's put a smiley face. Yay. Range of the function in context. Remember, range is anywhere we can draw a horizontal line and hit the graph. This would be wherever the peak is and everything lower than that, but that would include all the negative income things. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to say what's the lowest the income can be and have it actually make sense. Well, that's just going to be 0 is less than or equal to y, because we can't make negative income, and that's going to correspond to the two x-intercepts. The highest y can get would be at the peak, and it looks to me like we're at -3, 441. So I think the highest point there is going to be 441, and that's corresponds to the highest amount of money it could possibly make. What the in-context range means, well, we've already discussed y equals 0. We can't make less than that. We see that when x equals 3, so, -3. -3. This corresponds to lowering the price 3 times by 50 cents each time. So a total of $1.50, we will make the most money. We'll bring in the most income. Let's just say that much. We'll bring in the greatest income of what looks like $441. And that's the whole thing. We got a good graph. We got the intercepts. We got the domain in context. We got the range in context. The lowest income we can make is $0. The greatest income we can make is $441. So we've discussed everything we were supposed to. Yay!